Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, all you sexy people. I haven't done a super weird late after hours stream in, I think about a week. I think it's been about a week. But tonight, this morning, I'm wide awake and I'm just having one of those kind of insomnia kind of trips. It's about 5 a.m. in my neck of the woods, so just thought I'd pop on and do a little stream with you fine folks. Who we got in here? We've got Ryan Taylor, who is first. Congratulations, Ryan. Batman versus Deadpool, of course. I think I missed you during the regular show tonight, Batman v Deadpool, or last night. Zaxy. So Zaxy, I hope you liked that Saxy song. That was a little bit of Saxy for Zaxy. And of course, we got Samantha K. I think it's afternoon where she is. Mama Crypto holding it down. I actually have a mod in here at this ungodly hour. And Poor Man Trading, welcome. Yeah. And Dogecoin is trading so evenly. It's so stable. It's boring. Yeah. So I imagine we're just going to see another few days, I would guess, of sideways trading between 24 and 25 cents. Zaxy says, what's got you up? Chocolate. Yeah, essentially, I had some very dark chocolate at a very late hour. And I haven't had it for quite some time. And I'm just something about dark chocolate I find it immensely addicting. Oh, Ryan Taylor's just cutting right to the chase. What's your feels on Shiba now that they made a few changes to their site? Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, we discussed that on last night's show. I don't mind. I guess I could weigh into it here on this after hour stream too. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot there. Batman v Deadpool coming with $2 super chat. Thank you. Super chats are bigly appreciated, you guys, especially since the whole market slowed down and Doge is really kind of, well, it hasn't been knocking it out of the park, let's be honest, but it's been doing well, but it's just been, either going sideways or down. Now it's finally going up again. I do think we'll see 40 cents again within the summer. Batman v Deadpool, thank you for the $2 super chat. Been busy with work since coming back from NY. Understandable. I know how life goes. I get it. Hello, Dylan. Hello, Zaxy. See, there's definitely Sam. Also, if you want to pop in the Discord, you're more than welcome. If you just wanted to hang out, that's fine too. Just let me know. Yeah, I see that. It sounds like the room wants to talk about Shiba token. Sounds like that's the mood of the room. And it's understandable. That is kind of the talk going on right now. There's been some interesting developments there. So for those of you who haven't heard, the Shiba token has removed the phrase Dogecoin killer from its front page of its website. I think they're planning on removing it from their white paper, although I think it's still there now as of now. And also, I'm checking the Shibu's website right now because I think they gave their mascot guy a little overhaul from looking like a mean, nasty Shibu to something. Oh, let's just check. I'm going to their website right now. I'm not gonna. Oh, it's still the same guy is still on the home page. And I'm looking at the wolf papers, which they call their white paper. And from what I can tell, yes, on their white paper, it does look like they removed the term the Dogecoin killer. Okay, I mean, that's a good first step. It's appreciated. Sam says, I might make a hot chocolate and pop in for a little. Sam, just give me an answer. Like, you don't have to come on. I'd love to have you. Just like, yes or no? Would you? Yeah, I might pop on. I just gotta make my hot cocoa. I might. So, yeah. Let me interact with you guys here, and obviously, if any guys feel compelled to super chat, that's obviously hugely appreciated. But let's just have a conversation with the core here. We only got about a dozen people in here. It's a really weird time. It's like 5 or 6 in the morning for most people watching, so that's why. What are my thoughts now that Shiba made a few changes to their site to address Ryan? My thoughts are this, and I talked about this last night, but I'll talk about it again now. I think it's a great step. I think it's awesome that they did that, and I hope they continue to take out the Dogecoin killer themes out of their listings, because it's still in a lot of the listings too. And I hope they continue to go forward with a non-anti-Doge branding, explicitly non-anti-Doge branding. That's hostile in nature, like this one was. So I think that's a good first step, and I support it. That being said, I personally don't support Sheep Token as a project. For me, it's kind of like a cheap Chinese ripoff of the Doge. And, they took the Shiba mascot and named their token after it, obviously. But they took that's Doge's mascot. And the founders founded it on labeling itself the Dogecoin killer. And it's great that are going to stop labeling it that. But this is also a community that people in this community anyway have been immensely hostile to folks in the Doge community, including Billy Marcus, who's been on the receiving end of these guys many times. What do you want me to say? That all of a sudden, because they took it off their white paper, that I'm cool with Sheep? No, I'm not cool with Sheep. I'm not cool with it. I won't be investing in it. For me, some things it's not just about money for me. I can't support something like that. So that being said, I think it's a good first step. So I'm not trying to cause disunity between Sheeb and Doge, but I personally can't get behind this project, guys. They still label leash token and as Doge Killer, Leash, and Shiba being each other. Yeah, I always know they like Leash is like a feature of Sheep token, and that's what they technically that's what they label as Doge Killer. Like, I get that. To me, that's just a very minute detail, and as far as I'm concerned, that's like, to me, I don't know how that makes it better. You know? Zaxi says, guess we'll have to make a Sheeb killer token, and then a killer for that token, so on. Killer Inception, yeah. Let's see. Sam, no, you can't give answers like that. There's no I might. I don't like I might answers. I might see you in Discord 2 minutes. Sam, I ain't going to check the Discord. You need to tell me either you will, you're going into Discord, or you're not going into Discord. I don't operate on maybes or mights. I don't do it. I won't do it. Yeah, that's another thing too. There's labeling your coin the Doge coin, the killer of something, of another coin, actually violates some terms of service for some exchanges. So the idea that people are automatically defaulting to this logic that they changed it out of their own kind of ethos. I haven't seen any statements from them to indicate that's the reason they did it. To me, I think the only reason they did it is because of the exchanges, and obviously to make it more marketable, which is understandable, and it does make it more marketable. But you know, it's just one of these things, guys. I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, if... And now we still may see a statement from Shiba Inu token. We still may see a statement from them that says what they did and why they did it. Like, hey, we took the Dogecoin killer part out of the marketing and out of the description of the project, because we saw it as being too divisive unnecessarily, and we don't genuinely feel that way about Doge, blah blah blah, and you know, we missed the mark on this one, and we're improving it. If they release a statement like that, I think that could be very helpful and would shed some light on the intentions of why they've done this. But the fact is, we haven't seen any statement from Shiba themselves addressing this. And as far as I'm concerned, the onus is on them to address that. So, which leads me to believe that the only reason why they changed it was due to exchanges requesting that they would have to do that in order to work with them. Okay, she's in Discord. There we go. A decisive answer. Sam's teasing. No, she's not. I don't let women tease me. She's a sassy one. So we're going to open the Discord. And we're going to see if... I think I do see Sam. Samantha? Samantha? Well, as of right now, I'm not hearing Samantha, and she just bounced out. So let's see if we can get her in here. Samantha? Samantha? Well, as of right now, I'm not getting a volume level from her. So, not sure what's going on. It's definitely not on my end, because if it was, I'd see a volume level. So, Sam, just make sure that, I don't know. I think we had this problem with you last time. So you might have to shut down your app and open it up again. Or, yeah, we had this problem with her last time. Well, when we ended up figuring it out, but Mama Crypto's like, she's in the Discord. Oh. Okay, so someone else is saying in the chat, Matt Wallace, all about Shiba token now. Yeah. I mean, apparently he is. I mean, I saw the video. I consider Matt a pretty good friend of mine. I think he's done a lot for the space. I think he's done a lot for Dogecoin, but I have to say that video surprised me. And, you know, he has an opinion about Sheeb that I do not share with him. You know, I guess, you know, it is what it is. Samantha. Sam. Just stay put, Sam. I will try restarting the Discord for you. So we're trying to get Aussie Samantha in here to talk. It's always nice to hear from her, but Sam? Oh, it's too bad. I don't know what we did last time to get you working, but we did it. We figured it out. But yeah, I'm not even getting like a volume level from you. Do you remember what you did last time? Because I remember we had this exact problem last time, and I think you ended up remedying it on your end.
Hello.
Yes, there you are.
Wait, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I've just been messing around with my settings over here.
Yeah.
And I turned my auto sensitivity off because it wasn't showing any green, and then I turned it back on and you could hear me. So yeah, that's good.
Yep. Yeah, I knew it was on your end. So you're here. We figured it out. What's going on?
Oh, finally. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to kick me out again.
Oh, don't worry about it. I think we'll be fine now.
Yay. Yes, Sam, with the technical difficulties always. I'm going okay. I got really sick. So the last message I sent to you last night on Twitter when we were chatting, I ended up going and I took a bath and I laid down, and then all of a sudden I just got hit really hard and really fast with like cold symptoms.
Yeah.
So I was like, last night my body was aching. I just couldn't sleep. I was tossing and turning. And so today I went and had my COVID test, even though I'm pretty sure I'm safe from that. I've got like the snotty nose and all that, so I don't think that comes with COVID. But yeah, so now I'm just isolating at home until I get my results.
Wow. Yeah, not the kind of hard and fast a woman typically likes to get hit with. So
definitely not like that.
Yeah. So what do you still have your sense of taste and smell?
So I have lost some sense of taste, but I think that's because I'm stuffy.
Yeah.
Like, okay. You know, when you get a blocked nose, you can't really taste much.
Honey, my bane of my existence are sinus issues. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit, but I'm not like major. Like, I can still taste, like, I'm having a hot chocolate at the moment. I can still taste the sweetness, and I can still taste a little bit of the chocolate. So I think I'm okay. Just that it's going around at the moment. We just went on lockdown last night, so everyone's like going, "Oh, crazy COVID, blah blah blah." So yeah, it's a bit crazy at the moment.
Yeah. So if you still have a sense of taste, then your probability that it's COVID goes down pretty significantly.
Yeah. Like my kids have been sick as well. I had my son COVID tested like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
It was funny because we went to the drive-through testing thing with him 3 days ago, and there was no one there. So we just drove through, got the test, went home. So today I went there and I sat in line in my car with my 2 kids for 2.5 hours to get these tests done because the line was all the way at the street.
Yeah. Oh wow. So you got the drive-through ones there too, huh?
Yeah, we have the drive-throughs here. Yeah, so it's not fun.
Yeah.
They hurt as well. But, I'd rather have it. And even though I know, like, I don't have COVID because I don't have the classical symptoms, it's cold season, we've come into winter in Australia. So we're being hit with the normal cold, but everyone's being told, even if you have the milder symptoms, you have to go and get tested. So that's why I think the lines are so massive, because it's winter now. Everyone's getting the cold, getting the flu, and we all just have to go get tested.
Yeah. So is testing mandatory out by you at this point?
They're saying to do it. I don't think it's mandatory. Like if you have a cold and you have to go to work, they send you home. You can't come back until you have a negative test. It's not mandatory, but they're urging everyone with symptoms to get tested.
And what are the lockdown laws by you now? Are there still a lot of restrictions?
We officially went into lockdown at 6 o'clock yesterday. So in the couple of days before, we went on like more restrictions. You were only allowed to have 5 people at your house and that kind of stuff. But then yesterday, they had like an emergency press conference and they just announced that in 4 hours' time we'd go into an actual lockdown where you can only leave your house for certain reasons. So yeah, but I refuse to let this lockdown do what it did to me last time. Like last time I binge ate, I got really unhealthy, like just because I was sitting at home, not really doing anything. And I was just like, places were doing takeaway for like super cheap. So I would always get takeaway and get it delivered because they do free delivery. And I'm not doing it this time. Like I refuse. We're allowed out of the house for exercise. So once I'm better, I'm going to take advantage of that and go and exercise and eat healthy and not let lockdown mess with me too much. Yeah.
It gets to, at this point, we're at 1.5 years since we started doing lockdowns. At this point, when you go on this long of a duration, you got to begin asking yourself, like, what's worth it versus what's really defeating and depressing to the human spirit.
You know what? And I think last year when everything all first started, it was a massive shock to our systems because it was a global pandemic, which we haven't lived through, that shut down the world pretty much. And then we went into this lockdown, which we never ever thought would happen.
Yeah.
To us anyway, like you don't think of that stuff. You don't think of it ever happening. So I think a lot of people were like shocked and mentally it damaged a lot of people going through that, But I think this time around we're like, because this is only our second lockdown. We only had one last year and this is our second one now. We've actually been pretty lucky where we are. So I think learn some lessons from last time and not let it get to you. We're doing what we have to do, I guess, for the whole community,
Yeah, I agree. It's, I definitely, COVID definitely messed me up. Like, because right when it first happened and when it first came upon us, nobody knew anything. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody knew anything.
Yeah, it was a shock.
We
like
just
2020 and the planes are grounded, like there's planes rusting because they can't go anywhere.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that window, like in America anyway, when we went through 9/11 when it first started happening, all we knew was that the country sustained a couple targeted terrorist attacks, and there was like a window there where everyone thought that the attacks were just going to keep coming and that the whole country was going to be under assault or something.
Oh, yeah. Even here in Australia, like I was young and we were the same in Australia.
Right. So the COVID thing, when it first hit us, it was like a window, right? Where, for me anyway, I was like, is this going to be like the Black Plague? Is this going to take out like 40% of society? You know? And then I was super neurotic for a little while where, I was just always carrying around like wipes on everything. And I was just like overdoing it for like at the beginning, just like a window of time. And I was just scared to leave the house and even run a few errands. And when I did, I was just so nervous about it. You know what I mean? And and it really weighed heavily on me. And now in hindsight, when I look back on it, it wasn't worth it. Like, it wasn't worth the emotional and mental turmoil that I had put myself through.
But with the stories that we were getting from like all different, from everywhere, from like social media, from the media, like the stories we were getting, it was like nightmarish stuff. I remember the first COVID videos that I seen before it even hit Australia was like people dropping dead in China in the street, and I was like, what the hell is going on? And then when we found out it was in Australia, that's like, and then it felt like a blink of an eye. We were straight into lockdown, and I was working at a private hospital at the time. And I said to my boss, I just can't come to work. Like, we had an option whether to come or to not come. We didn't know what the risks were. And I just said, I can't. Like, I've got a 3-year-old son. He's got, like, he already has breathing issues. I just couldn't risk it. So I left my job. Yep.
Yeah. I get it. Like, I get it. It's just, you know, me personally, like, I'm so more relaxed now about things, but I'm, as far as I feel, but like, it's still with me. You know what I mean? Like, what it did to me at the beginning is still with me. And, I look back at how it was rolled out and how the news initially covered it. And I think the way it was covered and handled was very unhealthy, you know?
100%. But you know what the media is like? They grab a story and they run with it and they dramatize it. They make it so much worse than what it actually is. Not saying that COVID's like not really bad, like it is bad, but the way the media just let it out was just unnecessary.
Yeah, it just it kind of like put a lot of us, including me, like in a mode where you're only thinking about like the worst possible scenarios, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And dreaming, like, what if I get it? And you just think that if you get it, you're going to instantly die because of all these stories you hear. I remember, like, the day before our first lockdown, I went to the chemist and I stocked up on painkillers and throat spray and stuff to, like, ease it in case we did get it. And no one that I know has even have COVID. Like, the people in Australia, it's weird. Like, the people in Australia that have COVID, you know how many people are on social media and all that stuff? I don't see any Australians, like, saying, oh, I've had COVID. You know, America's different, like, but Australia, it's like the people in Australia that get it are just like muted. You don't hear anything from them ever.
Yeah.
So that's a bit weird.
Yeah, you know, I think we're going to change up topics because I know that YouTube is very sensitive to this topic. And they're very, you can't.
And it's the thing. Let's change it up a little bit.
Yeah. They're very. You can't discuss many variances of opinion on this topic on YouTube. So So anyway, do you have your cocoa?
I do. It's half gone, but it's so good. And I had custard because my throat's a little sore, so I had like extra thick custard. It was so good.
Oh, so you got okay. So custard's an Australian thing as well.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. Like custard and apple pie, but I just got like a tub of it, and me and my kids, I think it might have been a liter tub, and me and my two kids just had the liter in one serving.
Oh wow. Yeah, good.
No regrets.
Good
Here
on
I am
ya.
saying I'm not going to let lockdown or COVID make me fat again, but here I am eating half a tub of custard.
Just eating tubs of custard. Yeah, there's
I'm in survival mode. Once I'm over this cold, then I'll be exercising and being healthy.
there are many people, depending on what area you are from, that don't know what custard is. And here in America, even depending on what part of the country you're in, people do not eat custard. They don't know what it is. I'm in an area of the country in America where it's very popular. I'm in the Midwest, and custard's very popular in the Midwest. But other parts of the country, they're like, "What is custard?"
Really?
Yeah, oh,
People
yeah.
haven't lived.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, custard is basically an extra smooth, extra rich, dense kind of version of ice cream where it's extra creamy and extra thick. And I think that involves like more egg whites to make it that way.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
I don't know. Is it the egg whites or the egg yolk? I'm not sure, but it has like a yellow color, and it's just really nice and creamy and just sweet. Yum.
Batman asks, Steven, how are we going to get McDonald's to accept BitPay for Dogecoin? I mean, I don't know, man.
We just have to wait a little while. It'll
What's
happen. We just have to wait a little while. It'll happen.
Well, I mean, I think it's effective to do the usual things like hashtag campaigns, make sure, you're following McDonald's on Twitter. So when they tweet, you can hit them up with the Doge memes and, polite, insistent but polite suggestion for them to look into it. The good thing about BitPay is it takes all the risk out they incur the risk for the companies, because let's say someone pays with Dogecoin and then, by the end of the day, Dogecoin is 10 cents more, 10 cents less or whatever. In that interim, BitPay covers the differences in fees, right? So,
Oh, I didn't know that. That's really good.
so they incur the risk for the retailer. Now, I don't know what kind of fees they have to pay or what the percentage break is that BitPay gets to know in order to do that. But yeah, so it makes it pretty easy. BitPay makes it really low risk for retailers. Go ahead.
Both ways kind of thing. Like if you pay with BitPay and just say Doge spikes up, do you get what it went through at the time? Like no matter what, if it went up or if it went down? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're asking me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they could make profits because it went up, but the sale went through when it was 10 cents cheaper.
Correct.
Would that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So BitPay covers those kind of spreads, and that, I know. I don't know how they work that out so it's still profitable for them, but I imagine through I'd imagine there's like subscription fees and monthly kind of fees that they pay out and whatever else, and obviously like a commission. But BitPay does from what I can see, they do all the legwork. So it's very easy for a business to convert to BitPay.
Yeah. So does BitPay accept any crypto at the moment? Sorry if this is a dumb question.
Any crypto? I wouldn't say they accept any crypto. I don't know how many. I don't know how many BitPay exactly accepts right now, but I couldn't imagine it'd be much more than 12, but I have to see.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's interesting, like, so that sheep token apparently took Dogecoin killer off its website for what is being described as a rebranding, but when I look up their website and their socials, I really don't think this is a rebranding. To me, a rebranding
is that Shiba?
Yeah, Shiba, yeah. To me, a rebranding involves more than just taking a couple words off of a white sheet. Everything looks the same to me. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but first impressions last. They came out saying that they were Dogecoin killer. Straight up, don't like them. Never will own any.
Yeah, I mean that's what the branding's based off of. So,
yeah.
What are we supposed to think of this? And also, what's kind of an interesting curveball here. You probably missed this, but Matt Wallace actually came out with a pro Shiba Inu video last night.
Wait, I have to hold myself. I nearly just belly laughed so hard right then.
I know, you can check it out. It's up, and then someone told me, I got my inbox was blown up with a few people telling me about this, and I was like, no, I'm like, there's got to be like a misunderstanding. Like, I'm sure he like mentioned it, but I'm sure it's not like an endorsement, but it's just like a 5-minute video, maybe a little less. And it's Matt talking about how he's really proud of them for taking the Dogecoin killer out of their branding, which, yeah, that's a great thing to cover. Like, I agree. Like, it's a really good first step. They
already did their dash.
I listen, I agree with you. I wouldn't invest in Sheeb with your money. I'm not investing in it. But then, Matt went on to say that now is a great time to invest in Sheeb according to the charting, and that he was taking money that he was going to put into Ethereum and instead put into Sheeb. And I'm like, whoa, like what? And I have to say, I was caught off guard. Like, I did not see that coming. And then he said he's going to be making more Sheeb content, and I was like, wow. I don't really know what to make of that. Consider Matt a good friend. I consider Matt a good friend of mine. All I can say is I disagree.
Yeah, and I get that he eventually is going to have to move on to other stuff. You can't just constantly stream Dogecoin all the time, especially when it is being so boring.
Right, I agree.
But Shiba? Come on, Matt.
Yeah,
really? They come out as Dogecoin killer to the #1 Dogecoin person on YouTube. And he's just like, yeah, buy Shiba.
I know it's I know it's comedic, and I say this as someone who keeps in regular contact with Matt, and Matt's always been really cool to me, and I got nothing against dude at all. And he works hard, man. The guy hustles hard, and there's a reason why he's the most popular Doge related content creator on the internet. I mean, he works really hard. It's just that this, what do you say? I mean, it's just all I said to him, and then he posted a few tweets about it, and all I said was, hey man, respect your opinion, but I disagree. I disagree,
Could have gone Baby Doge at least.
What's that?
They could have gone for Baby Doge at least.
Yeah. I mean, listen, my take, I've made a couple videos on this. My take on BSC tokens is very clear. And I think it's the healthiest perspective to have. I don't have any problem with people investing in meme tokens, BSCs. I like to call it the red light district of crypto. I have no problem. I just want people to understand, though, that when you engage in investing in BSC tokens, they're high risk, high reward, right? So you got to understand. Right.
Yeah.
You just got to understand. You're entering into a subsidiary within crypto, wherein the risk of you losing money exponentially increases. Now, if you do get one that goes, your margins could be incredible, right? And that's why everyone does it. But you're also playing a game where you're risking losses. Your risk of losses goes up exponentially. Just as long as people understand that, I don't have a problem with it. I just want to make sure people aren't being misled and they don't understand the incurred risks that go along with those investments. That being said, I actually enjoy playing around with that stuff. I mess with that stuff, but I also know that I'm cool with losing that money and that I'm playing a riskier game for potentially higher reward, right?
Yeah.
So those are the videos that I make about the BSCs. And then also people need to understand that the majority of BSCs are going to end in failure. And the overwhelming majority of them, almost every single one of them, the charts look very similar in terms of they have their quick moment in the sun where it spikes and then it just kind of flatlines out, never to return. Now,
yeah, I've learned if you get on one and it spikes, take and run.
Cash out.
Like, should have done that, like, because I got in on Safe Moon early, and by God, did that spike, and the amount of money I could have taken out of that. But I find myself very loyal. Once I join a community, I'm like, okay, these are my people now, and I have to never ever sell ever in my whole life, hold or die. And I did that, and I lost all of my profits that I could have got out of Safe Moon, and I'm like, why am I doing this? So I'm trying to be a bit smarter now and not so, like, I'm not joining any other communities. Like, I have my people that I talk to, but I'm not going into Telegrams, I'm not going into other Discords, I'm not making friends with other people from other coins because I fall in love with people too easily and I don't want to hurt them when I sell. So I'm just like, you know what, this is business.
Yeah, and you need to listen to my content a little more, because I talk about this very thing, Sam. I have 2 videos on this. I talk about this very thing specifically, where I warn people. And this is another thing you want to keep in mind. With each BSC token, each one of these, no matter how small the market cap is for one of these things, they each have their own respective Discord group and Telegram group. So there are countless BSC tokens, and statistically, most of them will fail. Like, the overwhelming majority of them will. So what happens? You join this community in every token you're invested in. You join their Telegram, you join their Discord. What are they all saying? Hold no matter what, no matter what, no matter what.
Hold or die, even if there's a fire, never sell.
Right, never sell, hold, because your Lambo's coming if you just hold. And they all say the same shit. Well, statistically, we know that's not going to be the case, at least a minimum 90% of the time. So knowing that, you probably should just cash out when it spikes. You can always buy back in when it bottoms out the next time. You know what I mean?
I know, but when you're new like me, you think, oh my God, it's going really well. It's going to continue going really well. You don't think that it's going to drop $10,000 overnight, but that's what happens, guys. So be safe and take your profits when you can.
So you kind of learned a lesson with Safe Moon there, right?
Yeah, I'm learning lessons a lot.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's okay. I mean, I've done it too. When I first started messing around with them, I made that same mistake where I passed up my window to cash out because I I just kept holding on like, oh, if this is a lot of money, if it's done this amount of money just in a night.
Yeah, what's going to happen at the next all-time high? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. If I can just hold on for another month, I'll have $100,000, or something.
Yeah.
And of course, it never happens. When in fact, you probably should have just, well, not probably, you should have just taken the $1,500 you normally wouldn't have had, and just turned it into B&B, and then convert it into a deposit into your bank account and just get on with it,
Yeah, exactly. Like my cousin, I've got her investing, and she's so smart. Like when Doge was going up, she was taking a little bit of money here and there. She took out her initial investment, and then that after she did that, it doubled. So she took out the extra double amount. So she took that out, and she's just like, I'm just riding on my profits now. And here I am sitting there thinking, shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's such an easy mistake to make. Even though I know better now, I still feel that. Like, I still feel that creep up on me, where, in fact, it happened with me with Baby Doge. It happened where I had someone, the only reason why I'm invested in Baby Doge is because someone, to their credit, a girl who follows me on Twitter, she just kept always like spamming my comments about Baby Doge, and I was just like, this is annoying. And then she's like, I'll gift you some. I'm like, okay. So then she gave me $100 in Baby Doge, and I'm like, you know what? I appreciate that. That was really cool of you, And
yeah,
she's like, no problem. I'm like, all right, that's cool. I'm like, I'll leave your Baby Doge comments up. That's fine. That's fine. In my, it's on like a Twitter status. Who cares? It's fine. And then, so then I put a little bit more money on top of that. I think I put through another 150 on top of that. So then a couple $100, maybe $250 in Baby Doge. And then that $250 turned into like, $1,000, right? And what did I do? What did I do?
You held.
I held because I was looking at the charting, and I was like, this charting looks like it could split in either direction. Instead, I chose to believe that it was I said, I think it's gonna go to 2Gs within the next couple hours, and my profit margin anyway. And then I told myself, all right, if it goes to 2,000, then cash out. And then of course, it didn't.
Went to 200.
And then it went down like 60%, like in an hour.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't put more money on it when it got to its high. I sold all my SafeMoon. I transferred SafeMoon, straight swap from SafeMoon to Baby Doge, which, by the way, don't do that, because I lost like $1,000 somehow doing that straight swap from SafeMoon to Baby Doge. Lost $1,000 straight there. So I ended up putting $2,000 on Baby Doge when it was going up, and then it went down.
Well,
so yeah,
it's still doing well. I mean, my Baby Doge, I think, I said,
I think it's collecting itself.
It's still doing well, and it's actually kind of stabilized at a decent place, because I think my initial investment is around $250, and my Baby Doge is almost at around $700. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I
think I'm just salty because when I did the initial transfer, I lost $3,000 out of my wallet straight away. $1,000 straight away.
Sam,
that was just, I swapped SafeMoon straight for Baby Doge on Trust Wallet. Pancakes, sorry. So I should have sold it for B&B and then bought Baby Doge.
Yeah, you're supposed to. And plus you're already paying those. Plus you're already paying those hefty built-in SafeMoon fees on top of that. So between those two things, man, you really got screwed. That sucks.
I so did. And then it went up quite a bit. I think it went to like $6,000 in total. And I was like, oh yeah, this is cool. I'll just hold out like maybe for another 2,000, take some out, put some back into SafeMoon, see how it goes. And then it went back down to 3,000. So I'm just like, ugh, gosh, but I'm not unhappy with how the charts look. Like, it's not completely dead. It's going okay.
It's actually, I don't know when your entry point was, but my entry point was like I said, is pretty favorable because my 250 or my 275, $275, whatever, is sitting around $700 right now. So that's still pretty darn good. And it's been stabilized like that for the last couple of days, right around that point.
Yeah, well, my initial investment, I think, was only like maybe around 300, and that turned into 1,200.
Yep, same as me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we both should have cashed out right there. We both should have just cashed out right there.
How about I just chuck another $2,000 on it? So then I bought. All right. So on its first way up, when we made those profits, it dipped. I'm looking at the chart now. Went back up quite a little bit. So the second top it went to after that first initial top, I think on the 24th.
Yeah.
I bought about there, and then it dipped real hard and I pooped myself. But then it went back up and I was like, okay, now this is cool. This is fun. And then it's dropped again. So I'm still not at a loss. I'm still up a little bit, but that initial losing $1,000 straight up, that's what kicked me.
Yeah. Gambit, that's a fair point. All the money Peeps put in BSC could gone to a Doge with the dip.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is, I had 15,000 Doge. This was at like 5 cents. And then, as you know, I sold it because I needed it. Don't regret it because I needed it and it helped me at the time. But I want to get that 15,000 back. So I'm trying to like multiply my money on these smaller coins that are very high risk, but also could be a decent profit. And then I want to buy my Doge back, but I don't want to have to pay 50 cents or anything for Doge. I want to get it when it was cheap.
Mm-hmm. That's really sad, Sam, because the probability that you're going to make, I mean, don't be wrong. I've seen it happen. Definitely seen it happen. It can happen. But you understand you're playing a pretty high risk. You're risking it for the biscuit. And
I know.
You know, right now, Doge is at 24 cents. That's honestly not terrible considering the long-term trajectories for it. Yeah, it's really not. But I would just counter with. I enjoy investing in BSCs. I don't invest that much in it, guys. I really don't. But I enjoy it. And I enjoy the high risk, fun goofiness of it all.
Yeah, it is fun, isn't it? That's why I do it. It's for the thrill.
Yeah, and knowing that you could hit it with a really really high margins is fun too. And like, again, I advise this in my videos about this. If you find yourself not having fun trading BSCs and it becomes, and I guess this is speaking to you, Sam, if it becomes a very stressful event where you're, it's no longer fun for you, you're probably investing too much in BSCs.
Yeah, see me, I feel like I'm quite healthy with this stuff, even though like I take losses. Like, I watched my wallet when SafeMe was going up. My wallet went to $29,000, and that kind of money to me is life changing. And it went right back down to like $4,000. I'm okay. You know, I can still sleep at night. I'm still got a roof over my head. None of my money that I ever put into crypto was anything that I needed for my essentials. It was just my play money. Mm-hmm. You know, and even though the money looks really good sitting in the wallet, I don't feel emotionally attached to it because it's not mine until I sell. So I'm just playing with it, and at the end of the day, no matter what I'm investing in, I can still sleep easily at night. You know, it does get exciting and it does get nerve-wracking, but I'm going to be okay no matter what. If it all goes to shit, I'm still going to be fine.
Yeah, that's You are in a good spot. And the thing is, my view on BSCs is, I guess I would describe it as a moderate one. Like my guests last night were, Nick Balls and then Uncle Chad. You know Chad, don't you? From the Twitter
maybe.
Spaces. Sometimes real boisterous, animated personality. He's a little bit of an older guy.
No, I don't think so. I didn't join into too many Twitter Spaces. I watched like 2 of yours.
Not many people have. I think the people's attention for Twitter Spaces. So I know they've gone down significantly. But
yeah.
But a really nice guy. But between him and Nick, they are very, I would say, pretty anti-BSC. And, Chad was talking about how every coin's got to have a really strong utility or it's not worth it, blah, 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 not worth your time, investment, or anything. I more have a moderate opinion of BSCs where I think most of them are going to fail. However, I don't think the red light district of coins is going anywhere. I think the appeal and the allure of really high margins for a small investment is always going to be there, firstly. Secondly, I think that I do think that certain BSCs that are solely based off of jokes and memes, depending on their branding and their community, some of them I think will stick for a long time. And some of them will even be able to be parlayed into other projects and kind of lifestyle brands. I kind of am already foreseeing. Now, most of them won't get that far. The overwhelming majority of them will fail. But I think some of them will stand the test of time and turn into kind of like lifestyle brands. And that's kind of where I see potential anyway. And I'm always very careful about this because I never like to ever mislead people on anything. But I see the potential anyway for Ass Token to turn into that because of its branding. And I know the Liv, the CEO, that girl, she works her ass off. Like she lives and breathes it 24/7. And I know the bold moves she's making right now, where I could see it turning into something like that. The fact is, we are in uncharted territory in that regards. So for anyone to say they know the outcome of this, one way or another, for sure, we just don't know. But I am open to a future where there's at least a section of the crypto market where that's a vibrant thing, where some of them actually catch on and go on to be successful. So, but I also am a very strong believer in making sure this is a fraction of your portfolio spending should be allotted to these kinds of projects. You know what I mean? Don't get over your head, and make sure you're not throwing most of your money in it. But it's fun. It is fun to me. Isn't it fun to you?
Yeah, and it's like I found it's like buying a lotto ticket. You can buy lotto every single week for your life and never win anything. So if you play it like that, like it's a game of lotto, then it's, I don't know, you might not win, or there's this very, 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 very slim chance that you could. And that's how I play it. Just buying another lotto ticket.
Yeah, I think that's the healthiest attitude to have about all this. Batman versus Deadpool, thank you again for the super chat of $2. I remember asking if you would bring Chad on here. I don't remember that, but I didn't see you in the chat on the last night's show, so you might want to stream it and check it out. Because Chad did really well, and I plan on working him back into the rotation for sure. Plus, he likes to gab, and I like that too because I stream nearly nightly, and sometimes it's nice not to have to be the person that is talking constantly. Prowess 007, good morning to you. Good morning to you. And I actually had, and I'm going to bring in, I'm going to be, don't get me wrong, I'm going to be very selective about the different projects, BSC projects I bring in here to talk with, but I'm going to bring them in on occasion. I just brought one in actually last night, the Dink Doink project token. And
We'll get these names from.
What's that?
I don't know where these people get these names from.
Well, yeah, that's ridiculous. But they've got like Logan Paul in on it, like some really huge celebrities on it. The comedian Tim Dillon, and they're doing this thing where it's like an art collective where they're doing animations. Kind of, they look to me like in the style of like South Park and some other things like this. And yeah, so I had him on. And the way I see my role, and I got a few inevitable comments on social media yesterday. There's like, oh, now you're shilling shitcoins. No, no. Anybody that actually listens to my show understands I don't shill any shitcoins. All that I do is if the people seem decent to me as people, and the project seems like decent, and I know for sure it's not a rug or something sketch, and I have a few people kind of comb through it and verify the project to make sure that it's decent, and I find it to be at least interesting on some level, and it passes the smell check test that way for me. I will have them on to talk about their project. I don't speak either disparagingly or complimentary of the project at all. Like I did last night with the owner of the project, I asked him tough questions. I asked him hard questions that a consumer advocate would ask, and
yeah, and if they're listening to your show and wanting to talk about their coin, they better be ready to answer all the questions that people have.
Right. And exactly. So, I asked him tough questions. I think overall he handled it. I think he's a little rattled, but I think overall he handled it pretty well. And I just put that out there, and then I let viewers just make up their own minds from there. What opinion they have formed from that project. You know what I mean? And yeah. That's that. I think that's the most responsible way as a show host of handling stuff like that. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the way you speak is just amazing. Like the way you get things done. I love how you do it. You're just very different to everyone else. You're no shit kind of guy.
Thanks. Yeah, it's funny because sometimes people ask me, and even the guests from last night asked me after the show, like, what other shows are like yours, that, I could check out? I'm like, I'm like, not to sound egocentric, I'm just being honest. Like, I don't know any other shows like my show in the crypto space at all. Like, I don't know, because it's like a talk show that happens to be into crypto, and it's like, people don't, let's be honest, people don't come here for hardcore technical analysis. I would say actually Nick Balls is stronger on technical analysis than I am. I can talk about it, and I do it here and there. The reason why I don't do it more is because I don't have a strong passion for TA. I just don't.
I do want to learn. I do definitely. Don't mind my son in the background. I think he's just pooped his pants. My partner's trying to sort him out. So if you hear tears or me mute, you know what's happening.
Okay. So, so is your partner handling the poopies?
He is. I went to get my COVID test today, and I was gone for ages. He it's Sunday and it's his only day off, and he vacuumed the whole house. He pulled all the lounges out, and he made dinner, and he bought me a new dryer because my dryer actually finally died yesterday. You know, the dryer that I sent you a video of, and it was just like clank, clank, clank.
Yeah.
It lasted a while, but it died. So he did all that. He went out and got us a new dryer, and he's been holding down the fort while Mum is sick.
Gotcha. Well, that's nice of him.
Yeah, I really appreciate him. But he's going to come out and be like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be inside in bed. What are you doing? I'm trying to get some fresh air. I've been cooped up.
Yeah.
Oh, here he comes. I'm going to mute for like 2 seconds.
Oh, no problem. Well, Aussie Samantha's taking care of her child's defecation. While she's...
Wait, he didn't poop. He's just in a bad mood. He did not poop. Just letting you know.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for filling us in on that.
I'll be right back.
You're going to be right back now?
Yes. Give me a sec, because he's crying and he's staring at me, so I've got to give him a cuddle. And you guys don't want to hear him crying.
Okay. So Aussie Sam's going to mute her mic and just go into mom mode for a couple minutes here. I just kind of assume the throne. People asking, what's my take on internet computer? That's ICP. Well, my first thought whenever I hear about ICP is they have very unfortunate call letters, because ICP is the first thing that comes to mind is the Insane Clown Posse. The Insane Clown Posse is when I see ICP, and effing crypto. How does it work? That's what I think. I don't know what to think about internet computer other than when I've looked at the charting. It looks a little bit more high risk to me than any of the other top 10s. And I don't even know if ICP is in the top 10 anymore. I know it was for a little bit. Who knows? Other than that, I don't know. I don't know what the future looks like from ICP. I just know that the charting looked a bit more high risk than anything else in the top 10. So I don't have a strong opinion on ICP one way or the other at this moment.
I'm back.
And she's back. She's back. And she's not on crack.
And I'm not on crack. Never have.
That's good. That's a good quality in a mother, to not be on crack.
No, I'm a very, very, I was going to say class A mum, but I'm not. I can sit and I can just get day drunk random days, especially during lockdown last year. My gosh, I was that drunk mum. But I think I'm a pretty good mum. I don't touch drugs. I'm always there for my kids, so I'm a good mum.
It's not like you set the bar really high in there. You're like, I'm a great mom. I don't do drugs.
I am a great mum. I don't do drugs, but I do get drunk occasionally. But you know what? I think as a mum, you got to do that sometimes to just survive. You just got to zone out into your own little world. I put my own music on, and I can just sit out the back for hours and hours. That one time Doge Day, remember when I was out here? I was talking to you, and I just drank tequila all afternoon by myself and just wrote myself off. But my partner was here. So I can do that occasionally, but most of the time I'm mum mode.
Mom mode. Yes.
Mom mode.
So Samantha, we're going to play a little game. I'm going to put you in the hot seat. This is something I do with guests from time to time. I think the last time I did it was almost a month ago with Liv. So I am going to...
I've never played this game. I've never even heard it being played. I'm excited.
Yep, you should be. So what's going to happen? You should be. No. So what I'm simply going to do is I'm going to say a series of words to you, one word at a time. And what you need to do is you need to just say the first word that comes to mind upon me saying these series of words to you. Do you understand?
Okay. Yes. So you say some words, and then the first word that comes to my mind after you say a series of words.
No, well, close. I'm going to say one word I'm going to say a series of words, one word at a time.
One word at a time. Okay.
And
all right, I get you.
You respond with the first thing that comes to mind after I say each word. Do you understand?
Oh gosh. Do we have a bleep button? We need a bleep button.
It's okay. We'll let some swears go. It's all right. It's all right. You can swear.
Okay.
You can swear. Okay.
I'm ready.
Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay. Here we go. Alcohol.
Wait.
What?
Oh,
what are you doing?
crap. Just
What is this? What are you doing?
okay, because all of a sudden, I don't know why I hate football, but my brain was just constantly saying football, football, football. So the first word that you would have said, I would have said football. So I had to just clear my brain for a second and just, okay. Now I'm ready.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Log cabin.
Fire.
Avocado.
Toast.
Beach.
Each. Other.
Other?
Did you say each?
Beach. B.
Oh, beach. Okay, sand.
Forest.
Trees.
Belly.
Fat.
Friday.
Mum day.
Movie.
Cinema.
French kiss.
Hash.
Foot.
Stink.
Moon.
Pretty.
Green.
Trees.
DVD.
Video.
Shopping.
Mall.
Handsome.
Pretty. I said that twice.
Yeah. Car.
Broom.
Rock and roll.
Baby.
Swivel.
I spout. I don't know why, but spout. Swivel, spout. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Panties.
Ho.
What'd you say?
Pantyhose.
Hose. Okay. Yep.
But I did say ho.
Ho.
Pantyho.
Okay. Pantyho.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fanny pack.
Essay.
What?
So in Australia, I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but people that wear a fanny pack, they like walk around and they've got like one part of their pants pulled up, they got their fanny pack and they got their Nikes on, and we just call them essays.
What's an essay?
Essay is just kind of like a wannabe gangster.
Oh, yes. Got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the terms that they use in the United States for such a person is a wankster. A wankster.
A wankster. Yes. Essay wankster. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Fanny packs are cool. They're really convenient.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they actually do serve an important function and utility.
Gambit said, you said moon and she did not answer with Doge. She needs to be reprogrammed.
Yeah, we're going to send her back to the camp. So we're just going to do a couple more words and then we'll be done with your exam.
Yeah. Okay.
Arcade.
Games.
Skee ball.
Say that again. T-ball.
Skee ball.
T-ball or key-ball?
Skee ball. S-K-E-E ball. Skee ball.
What is a ski ball? That I don't know. What is that?
Wow, we're definitely lost in translation on this one.
You said ski ball.
That's
What is ski ball?
That's a thing. That's a pastime here in the United States.
Oh, if I say bat, does that?
It's skee ball. You've never played skee ball? It's like where you throw wooden balls up like up a chute into like a target.
No, never.
Okay. Well, you just
never even heard the word before. You just confused the Aussie girl.
Yeah, you'll have to Google it. You have to Google image it.
Okay.
England.
Ireland.
Pizza.
Fat.
Jello.
Just thinking about jelly wobbling.
Well, what's the word? Wobble then is the word you're going to give me?
No, I said fat again. All I can think about is wobbling and my tummy.
And fatness.
Yeah.
Well.
So we'll go with that.
Okay. All right. Well, the game is over now. I think you scored out of
0.
No, you didn't score 0. I'd say you scored a C. No, B minus. B minus.
B minus. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty much what I did in school, so I'm pretty cool.
Okay, so you're right on par. You're very consistent.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, that's me. Right on me. B minus. Oh my gosh. Now all I'm thinking about is like pizza and jello and being fat.
Well, it comes at a good time because you are in lockdown and you're not feeling well. So just get on it.
I'm already on it from last year. I still haven't lost the lockdown weight from last year. Oh well, that's life, you know. Stay safe, people. Stay home and get fat.
Very good, very good. Did you grow up watching any game shows? Do you watch game shows at all?
Yeah, I did occasionally, like when I was younger, growing up, when we didn't have like Netflix and all that kind of stuff.
And what?
I do like a good game show, though.
Me too. What was one of your favorite game shows?
Gosh.
Gosh?
I don't even know if gosh, yeah, that was a game show. No, I'm kidding. No, but one of the more recent ones that I did watch, it didn't last very long. It was called Minute to Win It.
I like that name, Minute to Win It.
Yeah, and the only reason why like I got into it was because I was part of the audience, like as a paid audience person. So I was there during the filming of the first, I think there might have only been one season because it flopped. But it was actually quite a good game show. Like these people had 1 minute to do these specific tasks. And each time they did it, like the money went higher and higher. But they were really like really weird things that they had to do. Like eggs and holding eggs and doing just like random shit.
Yes. I like In It to Win It. Do you know what country has the craziest game shows? Is Japan. Japan is the craziest game shows that are so amusing, where they mess with people so hard. You would never be able to get away with that stuff in the United States.
Yes, I've seen a couple, and it's just like they do some crazy shit over there.
Yeah, like you'd get yourself like sued into oblivion if you did that stuff here in the United States to people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
And you know what? Those kind of shows, like if you find yourself up watching some of those shows, even if there's no subtitles, you don't know what is going on, you still can't stop watching.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I love watching the Japanese game shows because they'll straight up do like stuff like prank shows too. Like I saw one where they had this like big trap door that they put like in this, I don't know how they did it, like in an office building where when people walk over it, they pull the lever and people straight up fall through the floor and then go down but then they automatically go down a winding slide and then into like a bunch of padding. So people,
that would be so fun.
I know. So they would just do this to random people just walking through this office building. They would, pull the lever. They'd fall through this trap door in the floor. The floor would bottom out, and then they'd go on this slide and then into like, I don't know, into this like big pool of cushioning. I know, and it's really great and fascinating to see the reactions because you're getting like raw, real reactions from just randos, not people that signed up to participate at all. And they're just freaking out.
Didn't even know it was happening.
No, they're straight up. They must have laws in Japan where they can get away with this stuff, where they just do this to just random people out like running errands or going to work.
If anyone ever tried to pull that shit on me, I swear to God.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm sure the laws are such in Australia that they wouldn't be able to get away with that there as well. But,
no, definitely not. But you know what game shows I like? I like...
what do you like?
I don't know if you call it like a game show, but Fear Factor. Do you guys have Fear Factor?
We used to. In fact, that's where Joe Rogan got his big start. Was in Fear Factor.
So that's actually coming back on... Well, I don't know if it's back on TV or my kids have been watching it. I don't know if it's been on the TV or on YouTube, but my kids have been watching it recently. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I missed this show.
So they recently brought Fear Factor back?
I'm not sure, but my kids have been watching it, but I just don't know if they've been watching it on YouTube, like repeats, or if they've been watching it on TV. But I feel like it's new. Like, I feel like what they've been watching is new.
Gotcha.
I have to look into that because that was one of the really good shows that I like watching.
Yeah.
That's stuff that nightmares are made of on that show.
Yeah, I enjoyed Fear Factor back in the day. I don't know. I don't watch enough TV now. The only TV I watch now is what I just stream through like my Amazon Fire Stick, or I stream on Amazon Prime or whatever. What?
I've got a Fire Stick too. I love it. Yeah,
right now I'm under like a 2-month trial membership of Stars, which is like right now it's only $1 a month before it goes to like $10 a month or something. So I just like, you know what I find myself doing is I will put, this sounds so weird, but mostly what I use it for is I will
let me guess. You put it on after you're finished streaming for the night, and then you just put it on in the background and fall asleep.
Usually, yes, that's one of the things I do. Or I'll actually finish one movie and then fall asleep. Or when I'm not, that's the one use for it. Correct. That is the one main use for it. The other use that I have for it is I will simply have it on. I'll have movies or shows streaming on mute while I'm doing other things. Like while I'm working on my computer or working on making content.
Something else going on, you know?
Right. So it's almost just like an aquarium, like a decoration or something. That's something to just kind of look at and emit light and interesting imaging in the background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, because sometimes, like, if I'm watching TV to fall asleep and I just can't fall asleep, I will turn it down just to have that light going, so it's not like completely. I'm not scared of the dark. It's nothing like that. It's just like having that. I don't know, having that light in the background, that changing light is almost comforting. I find it comforting.
Yeah, agreed. I find it comforting as well. I get that's the number one word to describe it, Sam. Is this? I have it on the background because I just find it comforting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah.
Fire sticks are amazing. Poor Man Trading said, "What's the deal with Fire Sticks? They're amazing. You can like download all these different apps just on this one like little stick that plugs into your HDMI port." And then you can just stream whatever you want. Like we've got these apps, we get shows before they're even like released out on TV. So we've pretty much catching up on seasons that people haven't even seen because they don't have the Fire Stick.
Yes.
That's really good.
And Prowess said, got a trial membership for HBO on demand so I could binge on Game of Thrones. Yeah, awesome. While you're taking advantage of that, Prowess, I will highly recommend an HBO series simply called Rome, and it only lasted 2 epic seasons. And I think this was from like 10, 12 years ago. And it went off the air, not because of bad ratings. It had excellent ratings, but because it cost so much to make per episode that even with its excellent ratings, it still wasn't worth the profit trade-off for how much they were spending per episode. And Rome.
What was it about?
It's the most accurate portrayal of Rome in its heyday, and it's based on all the real historic characters of Rome, and I would say many of the episodes are rooted in direct history of the rise and fall of Rome, but also mixed with like kind of fictional interpersonal stories within it. You know what I mean? So it's a mix of fiction and history. But the sets are epic, and like each episode has like thousands of extras in it, and each episode you feel like you're watching just like an epic movie, like every time, you know? Like you could release each episode in the movie theater, you know? But
see, I don't know if I could get myself into something that only has 2 seasons, and if it's that epic, I think I would just be pissed off that there's not more of them. I'm at the moment binge watching Grey's Anatomy because I started watching that a while ago, and then I just got like so busy with life and all that, so I just go home, put Friends on, and fall asleep to Friends. But now, like this last week, I've just been starting to binge watch Grey's Anatomy again, and it's just been amazing. But I've been staying up late, and I've been waking up tired.
You're such a girl. You're such a girl. Friends and Grey's Anatomy. Oh my gosh.
Yes. I love Grey's.
I guess I hate Grey's Anatomy, but I would take Friends over Grey's Anatomy for sure.
See, I like Grey's because I loved it that much that it made me want to be a nurse. So I started studying nursing.
Because you thought you became a nurse because you were fantasizing about having your own McSteamy.
Well, I was working at a hospital anyway, and I have my own McSteamy. But I was working at a hospital, and I did want to be a nurse. Like, I was a cleaner in a hospital, but I always wanted to do more for the patients, you know. I would be like the cleaner that would come in and see a patient struggling, and even though I'm not allowed to help, I would help. Like, I would help them if they needed to get their shirt off or something like that, or put their sock on, which I wasn't allowed to do. So I thought, stuff it, I'm going to study, I'm going to be a nurse. But COVID kind of stuffed that up for me.
Yeah, understandably so. You know, the word
I started studying during COVID, and then my 2 weeks practical that I was supposed to be doing, I couldn't do it because I'd left my job and I just couldn't afford to, like, I was working for myself at that time, just couldn't afford to take the 2 weeks off. So I just literally had 2 weeks left of practical, and then I was a nurse and couldn't do it. So here I am.
Here you are.
Watching Grey's Anatomy.
You know, I gotta say, if a woman asked me about a McSteamy, I would think that she was requesting something definitely outside of my my kink zone. I would definitely, I'd run the other direction. I don't want a McSteamy. No, thank you.
So you've watched Grey's Anatomy. If you know McSteamy, you've watched it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have. I used to have a fiance, and that was her favorite show. And I'd go over to her house, and we'd lay on the couch and watch episode after episode. And it occurred to me after about a week of doing this, I absolutely freaking hated that show. It's like a it's
My
like
partner's this face.
it's like a bad soap opera, except that it was on, nightly syndicated. But oh god,
See, I love it. It's just like I was just laying in bed not long ago and I was watching it. I'd been watching it all afternoon, and my partner comes in. He's like, "Can we turn this shit off?" And I was like, "Oh no!" I played the sick card. I'm like, "Babe, I'm sick. Like, just let me watch my show." And I'm like, "Just let me finish this episode." So I finished the episode, and no sooner did the credits come on, he grabbed the remote, and I was like, "No!" So now I'm going to go into the lounge room and finish binge watching. It is 9:30, and I'm going to still continue watching Grey's Anatomy.
yeah. He sounds like a smart guy, actually.
Yeah, sometimes he's too smart. Like he's so damn tired all the time. He puts a show on. He is actually watching Vikings at the moment. So he puts it on.
Vikings is a great show.
And yeah, even though like I really like it, sometimes when I have time to sit down and to watch TV and to get into a show, I want it to be my show, not his show, that he's going to fall asleep through the first episode because he's so damn tired all the time. And then he says, "I'm still watching." I'm like, "Your damn eyes are closed. You are not watching." He's like, I'm watching. He's not watching. I just wait 10 minutes and then I just flick the channel over. But it's just a waste of time. I know you're going to fall asleep, so just go to sleep listening to my damn show.
Right. I get it.
Yeah, you've been on the opposite end of that.
Well, it's super, it's going on, it's definitely early morning here, so I think I'm going to wind this one down, Sam, and put a little food in my belly and fall asleep to some telly.
Yes, I'm going to go watch some Grey's Anatomy. I just made myself another hot chocolate, and that's going to warm my belly, my fat belly, and then I'm going to watch some Grey's and fall asleep.
So this is what I need from you going forward, Sam. Yes. I need you to communicate with me a little better so we can actually plan on having you on the show so I can actually, make some graphics with your name on it.
Yeah, but
and let people know.
I love these like random stop-ins.
I like them too, but I think the audience would appreciate knowing actually when you're on.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? If you tell people that I'm going to be on, they're going to be like, "Ugh, that's Aussie Sam. I'm not going to watch tonight."
That's such bogus. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. This was cool. This was a nice little way to just end things for this cycle. And Sam, thanks so much. And
yes.
Want to thank everyone for tuning in. And I hope you guys go on to have a great day. I'm going to get some rest, some needed rest. And I think I will be resuming Steele Live on later tonight around 9:30ish Central Standard Time, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And so that's that. Never mind. I have an announcement, but I'm not at liberty to quite announce it yet. I will probably announce it tonight.
Yeah, don't announce anything at this time when everyone's asleep.
Yes.
Not everyone.
That's what I thought.
You've got 15 hardcore viewers watching right now.
Yeah. Hardcore is right. You guys are the...
Yeah, you do. You
guys
have
are the
some
goat.
pretty hardcore viewers. Like every time I pop in for like a random chat with you, I always see the same names on there. So you guys are really, really hardcore.
Yeah, and statistically, for the size of the community, both on Twitter and on YouTube, the engagement's very high. It's way above average. engagement is way above average. So, yeah, we got a great little community here for sure.
Great little family.
Yeah,
I love you
sure.
guys. I love everyone. I love you, Stephen.
I love you too, Samantha. All right. Well, I will message you, Sam, and guys, I will resume with you guys